Yes, guys, come on in. Come on in. Come in. Come in. Yes, we are here at this point a little bit earlier than scheduled, and we will go over that and as to why. Hit that like button coming in. We will talk about this. We are continuing the weather. I did a pre-show up earlier for what is happening tonight. Um, I do see that we already have people coming in. Black Fire is here. Just Saying is here. Mr. Goodbar is here. Yes, hello guys. I did schedule this live for a little bit earlier, but as for a little bit later, but as we are approaching some significant news right now with this weather, with this bad storm that is going on up north. So, yes, Weather Girl Barbie is here right now. We do have a Weather Girl Barbie button. I did do Black Fire's button. I know Black Fire is going to be looking at me sideways for doing that, but I decided to do that. But I'm getting used to my new chair. I ordered a leather chair to sit in, and it's not. It's like But so as you guys are coming in, hit that like button. This is kind of like a snowed in party for those of you that are up north. Those of you that are experiencing this, but they are calling now a record breaking early storm, early winter storm. These storms like this don't pick up until late December, early January, but they are getting this snow as we speak now. Hit the like button coming in. I see James Almond is here. Um, Elohim Child is here from across the pond. She knows what this weather is like. My dear friend G is here. We are covering this weather storm tonight. A lot of people have requested Barbie Girl Weather Tina to come back as we covered that hurricane. Remember remember we covered that hurricane a couple of weeks back. I almost want to say 10 days ago, maybe less than that. And in that hurricane party that we had, as we began to realize how serious it was, we did get into some details about how severe that storm was. But I somehow within that hurricane storm, I predicted an early snowstorm this year. And wow, 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 to my surprise, we do have a huge storm, an unexpected storm that is moving in our northern states. We are talking about Michigan. We are talking about New York. My hometown is, we have someone says, my hometown is Buffalo. So I'm keeping up, got family there. We will be covering the storm for the next hour or so, maybe 2 or 3 hours, as I continue to stay motivated with super chats and PayPal donations or any type of donation. This is what we did last time. It kept me motivated. As you all know, talking for hours is kind of strenuous on your voice. I did do a lot of renditions 2 days, yesterday and the day before, for Damn DPOV's channel. That almost got me my voice taken out, as I had like 5 hours of recording time on those. But we are here back tonight as we find out about this also damaging storm. I have decided to kick in a little bit early tonight as I have some news for you all. They have already predicted, I'm sorry, they have already reported 2 deaths already. This is what we were talking about in that pre-show, right? This is what we were talking about. Staying out of these cold conditions, getting inside your home, having every heat resource that you could find possible, making sure that your cars are parked in a way where trees are not falling down on these cars. That's right. I've got new little buttons. I've got all these things that you guys can push. And B is here. Yes, yes, yes. So guys, we are covering the weather tonight as Blaisdell, New York is down to the 31-degree mark. They are saying it feels like 22 degrees for them, but they are getting hammered and pelted right now with that early snowstorm this year, right? They have already said 2 people have been pronounced dead from this storm, as it is the night is not even falling. It is 6:30 Eastern time over here, as we in the South I'm in the South right now, so I am not up north. It is 5:30 Central Time. For those of you that are in Central Time right now, as that evening is starting to approach, they have over 9 million underneath this winter alert. Okay, so that means that 9 million people right now on alert. I do want to also report that there's over 4,000 people right now without power. There are over 4,000 people without power as this storm is continuing to develop. And they are calling this a crippling snow situation as it even rolls into the weekend. But right now, we are talking about it as it's happening right now. The governor has already said this is a life threatening storm. A lot of you are seeing lightning. A lot of you are seeing off into the clouds are starting to get darker. Over in Orchard Park, they're at 59 inches of snow already. We're talking about New York, right? Hit that like button coming in. That lets people know that we are live. Yo, it's Mike TV. We were covering the hurricane as Yo, it's Mike TV was over near that hurricane. Now we are covering an early snowstorm that has hit the northern area. We're talking about the Michigan area. We're talking about New York area. We're talking about near that lower peninsula. We're talking about all of these squall storms that are coming off of these lakes, right? These lakes are what is causing the snowstorm to kick up in squalls, which means these storms are coming in and then slowing down, coming in and slowing down. There are some areas that are being continually hit almost near blackout mode. Orchard Park right now in New York is getting hit. MG 707 is here. Brooklyn Lady Ellie is here. We do have some New Yorkers coming in. Hit that like button as we'll be here for the next hour or so, maybe longer. If you are trying to get out in this weather, that is a big no-no. At this point, for some of you, it is already too late to get out in this type of weather. They have already pronounced 2 people dead so far in Erie County. So, with that said, that is like, now we don't know how those deaths occurred, but they said it is the storm related death. It is storm related. There is lightning strikes unlike we've ever seen before. So they have got it now to where there's 9 million people under this weather threat, right? We've got 4,000 people without power as we speak. Ann B said she'll be listening in the bushes making dinner. That's right, Ann B. Everybody, okay, you have family in New York, so I want to keep track of the updates. Exactly. So right now they're at 4,000 people without power. So those of you that are in New York, you hear what's happening. You know that that storm is coming through. You know that storm is very very damaging. We are up into some of the 4 feet of snow range. I am hearing higher footage amounts in some cities. But those of you, charge your phones now. I hear that some people are actually out there shoveling right now, right? Getting that pre-snow out of the way because they know there's more snow to come. They have that gusto, that little bit of energy to get out there and get some of that snow out of the way of that front door, off into the driveway in a case of an emergency. I've seen people shoveling 4 feet worth of snow today. Most people are up into hip amount of snow, thigh amount of snow. Right now, the worst that's being hit right now is Orchard Park, New York, right? So hit that like button coming in. That's right. 4,000 people without heat, G. That's right, G. So it's not just without power, right, G? It's not just without that power. Sometimes when we think about power, the first thing we think about is our phones, right? We think about our internet. But the most important thing is that heat. That is what causes a lot of deaths. If those temperatures drop and these people get into that freezing moments and those freezing times, those sometimes can result in death. So, with that said, bring your pets in. This is not a moment for your pets to try to figure out if they can survive a storm or not. This is not that type of storm. If you guys have early on have gotten a dog or a cat, this isn't one of those times to figure out how much cold they can withstand, right? This is not the type of storm they need to be in. So bring your pets in. If you have to have like them in a garage area or pick a certain room, close off that door or whatever. If you're not used to having that pet indoors, Give them an area, give them a safe place for the night. Tonight is not the night for them to be out. So those of you that have new pets, this is not one of those weather things where you can to see how far their fur will take them, or how much fur, and oh, he's a thick dog. Unless you've got something like these big huge wolf like dogs, and all these huskies and things like that, that may be a little bit different. But those of you that have your average pets, please bring them in. This is not a time for cats to be outside. Cats are not that big. They need more heat than the average human body. So bring your cats in. I don't care if they meow or whatever. Give them a chance to look at the snow. Give them a little watch. Bring them back in as we continue to talk about this winter storm that is coming in. Hit that like button. MGO says, she typed in hypothermia. Daughter of Zion is here. Daughter of Zion, we are going over this weather snowstorm that is going on up north. I covered the hurricane. I am now covering this snowstorm. It is so crazy that I think it was, less than a week ago, maybe a week or so ago, when we talked about that hurricane, when we had that shelter in party for the hurricane. But then we got really serious as we were finding out all of those people were without power. But now we're talking about a different situation, right? Now we're talking about something totally different. My dear friend G brought up a very, very good point. It's not about not having power as far as your phone dying or that internet service not working on your iPads, but it's about that heat, right? It is about having heat and having that, wrap yourselves up. It's all about that as we continue to cover what's going on. So far, 2 deaths already recorded. Uncle L is here. 2 deaths recorded as far as this storm has been happening. These storms are occurring in Michigan and New York right now. They are starting to reach some of the lower states below them, but we are talking about the major areas right now. We have Ballsdale, New York. We have they've already just declared a state of emergency for like 14 counties in New York alone. There are over 4,000 people without power. There's waist high snow. Those of you that have a little bit of energy, if you know you're at home and secure and have some warm soup to warm back up to, or some hot cocoa, if you want to kind of get out there and get some of that pre-snow out of the way, even though it may come in those squalls where all of a sudden that snow starts to banter and come right back in again, some people feel like it's helpful to get some of that snow out of the way before it continues to build overnight as we go into this night and as we are sleeping. Carl Belton is here. Everybody is walking in. Hit that like button coming in. Elle is here. Barbie, stay safe. I'm not up north, so I am doing great, guys. I am in the South, but I did used to live in Michigan. I lived in Michigan for a long time, so I know what these storms are like. I know what's the future for this snowstorm and the damage that it's going to cause. I did cover that hurricane when we had that hurricane a little bit ago. I did cover that. So I did come back. They call it Weather Girl, Barbie Tina. So we're having a little bit of a snowed in shelter thing for these guys that are going through this up north, to keep them feeling positive, to keep them feeling upbeat. Some of them may have already powered down their phones for the evening so they can have that 911 emergency situation, so they can have those phones to contact those family members later. Some people are working off of their iPads right now or their computers as we continue to watch this storm. 11 counties right now. They also allowed 11 counties right now under severe watch. Over 9 million people will be affected by this storm. 2 deaths already recorded for Erie County that is storm related. They do have travel bans in effect for parts of Buffalo, New York. So those of you that are in the New York area, I would advise you, as you know, that these storms can take a quick turn, and all of a sudden that wind gust can carry that storm in your direction. You may not be seeing a lot of that storm now, but it is coming. It is going up towards that Rochester area. It is going to be trickling down through Bradford. It is all the way going through Erie right now. Erie is getting hit. The game tonight for them has been moved to Detroit. They will be the Buffalo Bills will be playing in Detroit tonight because of this weather. So all of these weather occurrences are coming off of this off throughout the peninsula with this Lake Erie the area. Stroh has just checked in with us. He is our Canada friend, but he knows what this weather is like. He knows how these storms hit. And I want everybody to know I'm safe. I am in the south part of the United States, but I am covering the storm for the people that are in the north parts, all throughout New York, all throughout Michigan. We covered that hurricane a while back. We were just speaking of a snowstorm. Those of you that are coming in, hit that like button. Somehow I predicted that a snowstorm would be coming. I never imagined it would be this sudden. Typically, we do not have these snowstorms until as we approach into December. These the snowstorm that is happening right now, they are saying that it is a record type of thing right now. They are getting the records together. They said they have not seen snow like this since 2000, right? For this particular time period, for this type of year, for this time of month. So they're calling this epic right now. Cars are being covered. There are accidents already being reported. Stay off of these roads. If your power goes out, have those candles ready. Don't start fumbling in the dark looking for candles and looking for flashlights. Get all those blankets out that you've had in storage. Pull all those items out as this weather begins to get more intense as the night goes on. Right? Whippy Rock 1 is in the building. Shakira's channel is here. Tina Marie is here. We are talking about the weather right now. Yes, this is Weather Girl Barbie Tina. I covered that hurricane a while back. We kept all of them in good spirits for about 5 good hours. It was so awesome. People were super chatting me and cash apping me and sending me money through PayPal to keep me motivated to talk about these things. Yes, I do know a lot about weather, but what I will do is keep all of these in layman terms so that everyone can understand. Those of you that are in the South that may have family in those northern areas, this is kind of giving you an idea of what they are going through, as they have already reported 4,000 people without power right now. Estimated 9 million people will feel the brunt of this storm. The areas that are hard hit right now is that New York area, right? We were just talking about New York. The Hamburg area. The Hamburg area was hit. Also, Blaisdell, New York is being hammered right now as we speak. Orchard Park is getting some of that. Hamburg was hit earlier. A lot of people were almost snowed into their homes earlier as that snowfall was coming down earlier this afternoon as we now trickle into the night, but experiencing cold weather temperatures even in the South. All throughout the Midwest. Washington, D.C. is at a 46 degrees. We have some states that are in the 24-degree range at this moment. Wolfpack, Maine is here. Detroit in the building. See, we have someone from Michigan is here. I am not in Michigan. I'm not in the northern states, but I am in the southern region. But I lived in these cold states before. I know what this is like. This is not a time to experience with leaving your pets outdoors to see how much cold they can withstand. Bring those pets in, right? As they are already seeing 2 deaths have already happened from these deadly storms that are approaching. These storms are rolling in one after another. Right now in Atlanta, we are at 47 degrees right now in Atlanta. That gives you an idea of what's going on down south where I am. They said that the Atlanta tonight, imagine this, Atlanta's tonight low is going to be a 30 degree jump down. We're getting down into those 30s tonight. Baltimore is at a 42 degrees. So this is kind of giving you guys an idea of what this weather is like. Baltimore is expecting to see some rain, but that's going to be cold rain, right? As that storm approaches to Elma, New York, all the way out, going all the way up. Some of that is going to hit our people across the pond. They will be feeling some of this weather, but they are used to this weather. That is what to be expected. As we have everybody hunkering in and getting ready for the storm, I am in the South. I am safe, but we are doing this snowed in type of party for our people that are in those areas. the people that are in, they are moving that game to Detroit tonight. So with that said, that game that was supposed to be going on tonight with the Bills, they are moving that game, as that stadium is almost 30 to 40% full with snow right now. You would think that they would have that dome covered, but it is a uncovered dome. That dome is that stadium is filled with snow. So they are not having that game there tonight. They are moving that game to Detroit. That is how bad that storm is. They don't want people all over the roads coming in to see this game. They're moving it to a place that is a little bit more safer. But these storms will definitely hit neighboring counties. Wait, the Bills are playing tonight. I think that's what day are we? This is Friday night. So I think that I think that's what the word around was. Right now in Idaho it's 33 degrees. Someone can go check that right now, but I thought the Bills were moving their game to Detroit for tonight because of this also bad storm that is coming in, right? So as we continue to keep everyone updated about this storm, right? About what's happening, about the dangers of these storms. The dangers of these storms is being out there freezing, right? If you are having children out there that are throwing a quick snowball game at one another, bring those children in early. After that 20-minute mark, these type of things can cause frostbite. These children can get really chilled to the bone really fast. Also with your pets, things like that. Bring everyone indoors. Get yourselves wrapped up. Get all the candles in, even if you have not lost power yet, right? We still do not know where these storms will go. We still do not know how they're progressing. Right now, they're calling them squalls, which means they can kick up and then turn down and change as the minutes go on. All of these storms are coming off of the peninsula area right now, off of these Erie lakes, all of these lakes that are surrounding Michigan, the Great Lake area. These storms are coming off these cold fronts. These people are really getting ready to get hit with some really, really cold weather. All of that snow is going towards New York, right? So it's all coming from Michigan, pushing its way towards New York. New York was hit early on with at least some people were already saying 4 feet of snow. They are expected it to get to 5 to 6 feet of snow in the middle areas of New York. Some parts of New York is expected to maybe get up to 8 feet. Yes, as shocking as that may seem, that is what they are reporting for right now as we continue to watch around the clock, as we watch this deadly weather storm that is coming in. They have already called in the National Guard. They have already deemed 14 counties with that relief. All those 14 counties are in a state of an emergency. Ready on standby is the National Guard if it's needed, and that is for power outages, maybe trees that are falling on homes, or someone that may be trapped, or a highway situation. They do have a lot of these highways that are closed at this moment. A lot of the highways up there in these areas are closed. I'm sure most New Yorkers have already tried or maybe attempted to get on these highways and realize some of them are shut down. And that is to slow down some of the accidents, right? That is to slow down cars stalling out. That is to keep people from being stuck in traffic where they can't go anywhere and freezing to death in their cars. So it's not that they don't have enough salt and things like that to put on the road. This is kind of a surprise storm. They are out there working to get everything up and going again. But right now, they are looking into the weekend. They're looking into the weekend of this storm still approaching. Lake Erie's in Ontario will likely get to 8 to 12 feet of snow. So those of you that are in those severe cold areas like Ontario, where Lake Erie is, those areas are going to get the most snow. Not sure if that's going to be considered a snowstorm as far as things going. I'm sure the power will go out, but they are talking about that electricity storm. They are talking about that lightning strikes. They're happening right now as we speak, all throughout some of these areas. That means that storm is intensifying. They are right now in East Aurora, New York. They're down to 31 degrees as they are beginning to become pelted right now with that snow. sometimes the snow looks fun, but if take a look around yourself every 5 to 10 minutes. If you're out there with your family for just a minute throwing snow and having a snow fight, keep your surroundings visual so you can see what is going on. They may have some blackout areas in some moment, so where the snow is so thick you may experience some blackout type of situation where you cannot see but certain amount of feet in front of you. So right now, East Aurora, New York, still kind of clear, but that snow is still falling at a rapid rate. They can still see. I think it was earlier, New York. I can't remember what earlier New York. The snow was so bad you cannot see but 2 feet in front of you. The New York governor has already said this is a life-threatening storm. This is a life-threatening storm, right? So they are saying, so 11 counties in New York are now in a state of an emergency. I think Michigan is already, I lived in Michigan for a long time. I know that a lot of Michiganers are prepared for this type of weather, but that still does not stop if that power goes out or if a tree falls or something goes wrong. Then we get into those dangerous situations. Nearly 4,000 customers are already without power. So these are for these upper states, right? These are for our people that live in these northern states, like Michigan, like New York. It'll eventually start going that it is going to go past a little bit to some of these states like Indiana, Illinois, but they still are going to get some of that snow. They're still going to get some of that, but they're not they're not going to get hit as bad as these other states. So we didn't, it's not like we're trying to take the highlight or the glory away from some of these other states where we're trying to say that everyone's experiencing this. Jamestown was hit a lot earlier in the afternoon with some snow. They are slowing down a little bit in that area. Kansas City right now is at a 33-degree temperature. That kind of gives you the ideal of what's going on around you in the surrounding states. Las Vegas is at a 58 degrees. So it is even quite chilly over there in Las Vegas as we begin to evolve and be alerted by all these storms that are going around us, like that hurricane that just came in. And now we've got these snowstorms. Even areas that are supposed to be warm are getting that little bit of a chill tonight, are experiencing that little bit. Little Rock, Arkansas is down at 29 degrees tonight. That kind of gives you the ideal of what some people are feeling. So, with that said, as we continue to watch, as we continue to sit here around the clock, I see that Lonnie is in here. Just hit the like button coming in, guys. We're just going over the weather. We're having a little bit of snowed in for our northerners, for our people that are up north. We had Stroh in here earlier. Stroh is in our Canada area, so he knows what this is like. Actually, he just sent me a picture a couple of days ago of where he is in his beautiful neighborhood and his beautiful home where he is, with how much snow they had there just 2 days ago, right? So they are already experiencing that weather. Detroit has already been experiencing that weather. They know what to do when things like this happen. They know how to hunker down. They know how to get sheltered in and have everything ready just in case they have that power outage. So, but we're now tonight talking about Michigan. We are now tonight talking about New York, as 14 counties are in a state of an emergency. 2 people are already dead as a result of this weather storm. So that's what we were talking about earlier on that pre-show. We were talking about the dangers of this snow. We were talking about getting out and driving. We were talking about maybe being outside too long and freezing to death. Some people are sitting in their cars. Some people are stalled and things like that. These kind of temperatures, right now, Chicago is at a 27 degrees. So right now they are feeling that the snow is trickling in on Chicago right now as we speak. That Dallas area is experiencing some rain. They are at a 49-degree temperature, even in Dallas, Texas, right? All of Dallas is experiencing some of this weather. They're getting that rain. They're getting that cold temperature. New Orleans is getting some of that rain right now as they are getting into Minneapolis is at a 20 degrees. Can we believe that early on these southern states are starting to feel the wrath of all of these storms? Now Orlando is at a 65-degree temperature, but they do have some rain over there. as the precipitation. Remember, snow is water and ice, right? It is still dangerous. Orchard Park right now, almost near blackout mode. They are almost near blackout mode where you cannot see but 2 or 3 feet in front of you. They are in blackout mode as they are in a 31-degree weather, but that snow is falling so rapidly that it's actually sticking, right? The snow is falling so rapidly that it's actually starting to stick, and it's been sticking all day. It's going to stick continually through the night, even at that 31-degree temperature. So, as we continue to cover the storm, as we continue to talk about, let's see, 14 likes. You guys hit that like button. Somebody check the likes for me. Refresh the screen. Right now she's saying it's 14 likes, but there's probably more. If not, everybody hit that like button. Stephen Smith is here. DL is here. We are talking about that storm that is going on up north. Yes, yes, yes. Weather Barbie girl Tina is here. As you guys know, I am experienced with this. I did this for 6 hours with that hurricane that was hitting Florida. I did this for 6 hours. Um, they kept me motivated through. I had everything backed up. I was doing just fine. I'm young and I'm healthy. Everyone say, take a breath, do this. I'm young and healthy and can do this kind of stuff. So might as well do it when I'm young and got the energy to do it, to kind of keep people motivated, right? To kind of get that glum off of you, that that wow, it's so dark and dreary outside. This snowstorm is got me down in we can come over here and kind of talk with your friends in a chat. A lot of you know each other. You guys can compare notes. You can tell where in New York. Yes, New York and in Michigan, they're getting a terrible beat down. They have a huge snowstorm. 2 people have already died. 4,000 people without power. 9 million people expected to feel the wrath of this storm as we continue to hunker in. They say there's power outages coming. They say there's lightning storms happening all around. The low for Orlando tonight is 52 degrees. If that gives you an idea where we are, Florida is normally warm and nice this time of year. They are even experiencing low dips in that temperature tonight as the north area continues to battle this storm. Football games are being moved to other cities right now so they can kind of keep a little bit of that traffic down, trying to keep everything. Philadelphia is looking at a 43 degree. The lakes too. Yes, the lakes is what's causing all of this raft, right? The lakes, the Erie Lake, all of these lakes right off of that peninsula area is what is causing these storms. The 47 likes. There you go, my dear friend G. She just didn't refresh her screen. She's a silly goosey. Look at her. She said 47 likes is so much better. Right. 47 likes is definitely so much better than what we had. Sometimes when we're as a moderator, when you're checking these likes for that content creator, you have to refresh that screen. If you just hit the X button and look and see what's going on, that means you have not updated. So if you're a content creator and they tell you to go fish for those likes, to go look for those likes, you have to refresh your screen and it'll give you the update on those likes. So I see Black Fire is still here. Mr. Goodbar is still here. Uncle L is still here. Those of you that have family up north, you can check in with them if you'd like. Maybe some of them are preserving energy on their phones, right? Some of them are getting ready for the storm. Some of them have been out at the grocery stores either early this morning and this afternoon as they're getting hunkered in and ready for this thing that is going on up north called a deadly snowstorm. Yes, the mayor of New York has already said this is a deadly storm. This is not your average snowstorm. This is not a little bit of a walk in the park. Let's go take the car up the road and go to our nearest park. This is one of the ones where you want to hunker down. You want to get warm. You want to be prepared if there's a power outage, right? You want to make sure your driveway is cleared. If you were out there earlier today shoveling some of that 4 feet worth of snow like they were doing in Orchard Park earlier today. Earlier in Orchard Park, they were out there with the snow blowers. They were out there with their shovels, getting that pre-snow out of the way, right? So they can get to their cars in a state of an emergency, so they can maybe get out in a pathway. Those are the ones that have energy to get out there. Those of you that have elderly people in your family, you can go over there and help them or check on them, call them, make sure they have their heaters on, make sure they've brought their pets in for the night. So yes, it's a venomous storm. Look at Stephen Smith. Exactly. So continue to hit that like button as you guys are coming in. The homeless are in danger. What a sweet woman. That's right. We have forgot. Actually, my dear friend G earlier said when the power goes out, it's about that heat, right? We talked about that heat. But what comes to mind is what we think when we lose power is our phones, our internet. But G brought up that heat, right? And now we have Arabia coming in here reminding us about the homeless, right? Some of these people that do not have a home to go through, a home to go through. They are out on these streets. They are trying to figure out ways to keep warm. A lot of these areas were already hit. A lot of these areas have already been hit as the 9 million people are still under winter alerts. Phoenicia is here. Phoenicia, we are covering a snowstorm that is going on up north in the United States area. I am in the southern parts, right? So I'm not experiencing any of this, but I am going over this because I did do the hurricane weather. Weather girl Barbie Tina is back in the building. Nearly 4,000 customers are without power. For those of you that are just now trickling in and coming in, over the last 24 hours, there has been a terrible northern storm sweeping through the Cleveland area, sweeping through Erie, sweeping through Buffalo, New York, right? All of these counties, 11 counties and counting, have now been deemed as a state of an emergency. As we watch this storm, as it came through Ripley, as it's going heading up to Concord, Orangeville, all of you that know those areas, if you have people in those areas, it is now affecting Buffalo right now as we speak. A travel ban is in effect for Buffalo, New York. They are not allowing people in at the moment. This is a very dangerous storm. Oswego earlier experienced a huge snowfall, right? They were talking about Oswego maybe perhaps getting to that 6 feet area range of snow, right? Surprisingly, right? These kind of things are just mind surprising. As Milwaukee was hit earlier today, Milwaukee was feeling a little bit of that brunt of that snow tonight. Chicago did get hit with that snow as the rest of it's pouring in. Detroit is getting cold and is in the clear. They may have some flurries. That's why that game is being moved over to Detroit tonight. Detroit will be hosting that game for the Bills. They will be doing that. As you guys continue to come in and hit the like button, nearly 4,000 people without power. They say it's intense. It's a crippling snow amount as we go into the weekend. This snow is not going to let up. But right now, at this moment, it is a life threatening storm, right? It is a life threatening storm. So, those of you that are in New York, I hope that you've already gotten all of the things that you needed to keep yourself safe. Oklahoma, with the low of 23 degrees tonight, that gives you an ideal of the temperature of the surrounding and neighboring states that you may be around, right? It gives you an ideal of what is going on and what those temperatures are like. Washington, D.C. will be at a 31 degrees tonight. That is awfully cold if you think about it. I consider 70 degrees and up convertible weather. As I live in these southern states, 70 degrees and above to me is right when it starts, getting that good warm air. So anything below 70 to me is saying, wow, it's starting to get cold because I have been spoiled by these southern weathers, right? I have been spoiled by that. So as we continue to dip down, Atlanta right now, where I'm at, in Atlanta right now, we're looking at a 47 degrees, but I'm hearing that it may get low down into the 30s tonight for Atlanta. We're not getting any of that snow, right? We're not getting any of that rain so far, but we are getting those cold, gusty winds that are coming in off of the lake. We're talking about the Lake Eries. We're talking about Huron. We're talking about that Michigan area, right? Where it's known to be cold, where it's known to get those 4 feet snow type of things over time. But we're talking about a storm that's coming in squalls that are bringing these snowstorms in rapidly at a rapid pace to where power outages are happening. So as we continue to talk about this weather around the clock, keeping everybody update with this life-threatening storm, already 4,000 people without power. More people are expected to go without power. Um, in Georgia, right. In Georgia, yes, it is cold. We have people typing in that weather Barbie already. Is Nightbot not awake? Is Nightbot not Nightbot? Okay, yes, he is. He said weather Barbie is back. That's right. He knows that I covered that hurricane right now as we watch on into the night, keeping people updated on what is going on with this early, so to speak, snowstorm. Right? They are saying this is a record breaking storm at this point. They are getting the record details together as we speak. They are saying this is record breaking. Nothing like this has happened since 2000. So let's look back at that. Where are we now, right? We're in the year of 2022. So 22 years ago, they experienced this type of snowstorm around this time. So it is amazing how, with time, maybe a little bit coming from that hurricane, with the mixture of this air, with the warm and the cold fronts hitting one another, maybe we're experiencing this early storm in such of a way. We're learning every day. They still can't predict the weather, whether they're causing the storms or not. That's for another channel. But trust and believe, Barbie is also into that also, finding out about this harpo and other things that are going on, but that's for another time and another channel. Right now, though, we are talking about the people that are actually going through this right now, that are actually experiencing this storm as it is happening in real time for them. Thank you, Tina Marie, for that super chat. She is keeping me motivated and to keep me going on with whatever it's saying. Okay, we have something. If I were homeless, there are no bounds, no rules. Wherever I find shelter, I'm there. Anyone with no compassion for the less fortunate, your ass is out. That's right. Just saying tonight, if she sees you in here saying anything about anything negative, or I'm glad these people are going through this, you will be removed tonight, because that's not what tonight is about. Tonight, we are thinking about the homeless. We are thinking about the people right now, the 4,000 people right now that are without power. Like G said earlier, no heat. That is dangerous. That is a very dangerous situation to be in. So those of you that are coming in, we are covering. We have Pure Wolf in the house. Those of you that are coming in, we are covering this storm throughout the night. I'll probably be here for the next hour or so, depending on what is going on with the storm. East Oro, New York, right now, they are being blanketed right now. They are up to 3.5, maybe 4 feet of snow, which is right about your thighs, maybe your waist area for the average woman. For the average man, it's going to be up to the thigh area. If that gives you an idea, like I said, we'd be talking in layman terms tonight so that everybody could understand what is actually going on. I don't like to give snow in inches. I like to give it in feet so that people can really understand. And I like to give those waist heights or those thigh height snow lengths so that people can relate and understand what is going on up north. Exactly. Gotta break right. Exactly. Get that coat out this year. Get ready. So those of you that are already up north experiencing some of these cold temperatures, you guys can appreciate this right now, that we're actually talking about you. We're talking about what you are going through right now. We are talking about you that may be affected. As they say, 9 million people may be affected by this storm. That's what lightning strikes. That's what power outages. That's what not being able to get on that highway, right? Not being able to go grab groceries and go do the things that you typically do. Kind of like that snowed in thing. I'm sure no one is like literally snowed in to where they can't open up their front door. I mean, I hope not. I don't know what that would be like if they did. I have no clue. I've never been to that point. I think we were snowed in one time when I was in Michigan when I was a child, but I'm trying to think. I think we opened up that front door and I think the whole door was covered, but we were able to knock that snow away. So that was considered a blizzard, right? So yes, I did experience some blizzards and things like that. And guess what? That blizzard was in February. We are already pre-Thanksgiving snowstorm. This type of snowstorms has not happened since 2000. Since the year 2000, they have not experienced anything like this. So there are record-breaking situations tonight. They are watching this storm vigilantly as they continue to get pelted, as the snow continues to thicken. those as the snow still continues to bear weight and pressure on these trees. So we ask ourselves, how do these trees fall? What happens to these trees? How do they do what they do? Why are so many trees falling? Did they get struck by lightning? What is happening to a lot of these trees is the pressure from the snow. Snow adds up. Snow can continue to build on our fir trees and our green evergreen trees. Those type of trees can continue to collect the snow over time. Those of you that have thicker trees with thicker branches, that snow will sit and that tree bark will become cold and snap. And that is what causes those trees to fall. Be alert of around your areas. Make sure your cars are in the garage. Um, if you have a little bit of energy and you want to get out there and snow shovel some of it and get some of that out of that area, that's fine. You know your area, you know what it's like. But what we don't know is when these storms develop, you do not want to be 5 miles away from your home. You don't want to be 10 miles away from your home as these storms are continuing to develop, because all of a sudden a squall can come in and snow could fall at such a rapid point where you won't be able to see in front of you. You won't be able to see what you're doing when you're driving. Those are the accidents. They have already have two deaths said from this storm already. Two people have already died. They have put a travel ban. Nearly 4,000. We have it. I keep it real. It's not that bad in Buffalo, New York, only in the suburb area. Okay, so we have somebody that's in here from Buffalo right now. They are saying in the city of where New York is, where Buffalo is, it's not that bad, but those suburb areas are getting hit right now. Orchard Park is getting slammed. All of these areas took a little bit of that beating earlier as we came into the evening. Some of the snow started in on Friday this morning, this early morning. As some of you were getting up, you were already looking out of your windows saying, wow, what is going on? Thinking of it just being a little bit of snow. Then as you listen further into the day, you realize that this is a storm that is developing faster and faster as those storms continue to come off of the lake, off of Lake Michigan, all the way through Michigan, heading to New York. So, as we keep watching around the clock for our northern people, as we continue to see what is going on, Detroit is in the house. We had someone else earlier from Detroit. We are talking about these storms at north. Yes, Barbie is safe. I am in the South, right? But I've lived in these areas before. I know what it's like living in these heavily snowed areas. And then when you put a snowstorm on top of it, I know what that's like. So I am in the South. I am safe, but I am covering the storm right now for our northern people, as I did cover the storm for the hurricane that hit Florida. So um, I've been giving back socks, gloves, all coats, blankets, hoodies, sweaters, anything warm, things we would need. Right, right. Things that we would never wear again. Take them to the less fortunate. That's right. She made a very, very good point. As we are talking about this weather, right? If we are already seeing this activity early on within the year, we are already seeing this in November. Let's talk about what just said. You have things that you are never going to wear again, right? You have things that you never hold on, let me take hold on just a quick second. So you have items that you will never wear again. Donate those items to the less fortunate. Donate them to your local areas where they can give out those hats and gloves that you may not be wearing. She says she's been giving out socks and gloves and coats, blankets, hoodies, and sweaters, anything warm, things that you'll never wear again. Please take them to the less unfortunate. That is beautiful. We have Beat Boz in here telling everybody to keep safe. Beat Boz, I'm safe. I am in the South. But I am covering this northern storm. Minneapolis tomorrow will be at the 20 degree area as far as temperatures. That tells you guys what is going on in the areas around us as we continue to cover this storm. As we continue to cover this storm that is approaching, coming in off Lake Erie, coming off Lake Huron, developing to ice crystals, causing massive snow amounts to be dumped. We're talking about 4 feet of snow. We're talking about 5 to 6 feet of snow. There are some areas that they are predicting to get up to 8 feet of snow. 4,000 already without power. 9 million people are to be affected by the storm as this storm continues to travel through and stick and stay for the evening. So as we continue to see it, as I continue to get updates, I will let you guys know what is going on. We will taking a little bit of a break. Tina Marie just typed in Weather Barbie again. That's right. Weather Barbie is here for tonight with you all, covering the storm, keeping an eye what is going on in our northern area as people are losing power, as people are hunkering in for the night, as people are making sure those heaters are pulled out, as people are making sure that their pets are in safe. New Jersey at a low tonight of 30 degrees. That gives you an idea of what the surrounding temperature is going to be like, right? So no warm weather in sight for the northern area, right? None of that for them. So right now we are sitting here with them, keeping them motivated. We already have people coming in and out all night long, hitting that like button, checking in. Some of them are going in and out as they go to other channels, but they come right back to keep updated. So continue to do that. You guys can hit the like button, come in, come back out. We will still be here. We will be here for a good little minute as we continue to cover this storm. It is 7:16 Eastern time. It is 6:16 Central time. And over on the on the West Coast, it is now it is now, what time is it? I wasn't even thinking. It is 4:16. What? They are so lucky. It's 4:16 over there on the West Coast. God, Lee, you guys are lucky. That's Pacific time. God, Lee, you guys are so lucky. Wow. Yeah, see, look, Steven just said 4:16. I can't believe it's 4:16. We are speaking doom and gloom because we are on the east side experience this as we are already dark over here. Right now, even in the southern states where I am, it is completely dark outside. So imagine what they're going through. Those of you that are at that Pacific time area, those of you that are maybe in that central time area where it's just starting to get dark over there, or if it already has dimmed down for you guys are knowing what these people are going through. So over on that West Coast, that Pacific time, they're experiencing daylight. They're going, wow, these people are already in the dark. These people are already in the dark without power. These people are already experiencing this storm, right? So those of you that are on the West Coast that do have family and friends that are in this Midwest area, that are over here on this East Coast, that are on this side, you're keeping an eye out for them, what's going on. Right in Pittsburgh right now, the low is 24 degrees tonight. That gives you an idea of what it's going to be like for those surrounding states. That gives you an idea of why these storms are sticking tonight, why these storms are staying. Right over in Maine right now near Portland, they are at a 32-degree temperature right now. So, but their low is 27. See, we keep getting back into those low 20-degree temperatures. That's what causes the freezing. That's what causes that ice to come about. So not only are we talking about snow, we are talking about ice, right? A lot of people up north are dealing with that snow, those flurries. But as those highways and roads begin to melt tomorrow afternoon a little bit, as they get some sun, that ice will set in. I'm sure they have the plows and things going. So right now, Baltimore is at 29 degrees and it is raining. Boston is at a 44 degree temperature, and their temperatures will dip tonight. Buffalo at a 29 degrees. Atlanta, we're facing 32-degree weather tonight, which is surprisingly, we around this time we're warm. So Charlotte is at a 56-degree temperature. Jacksonville 54. The high for Jacksonville was 63. Detroit is in a 20-degree weather right now with those snow flurries right now as we speak. The wind is picking up in Detroit as we speak. That snow is falling in Detroit. They are experiencing a little bit off of those lakes right now. They're getting some of that right now. And wow, I can't even imagine what these people are going through with being cold. Okay, the Cleveland Buffalo game, that's right, we talked about that earlier. The Cleveland Buffalo game will be played in Detroit at Ford Field. They have moved that game because that stadium is almost at least 4 feet or more full of snow, right? That stadium, that is not a dome. They do not have that covered at the moment. So all of that snow collected, right? So they have moved that game over to Detroit for the night, even though Detroit is still experiencing some snow and some big gusts of wind. And so bundle up, stay warm if you're going to that game. If you know people that are going to that game, uh, remind them to get their gloves and their hats and to wrap up their faces. Uh, as dirt. So now, as we talk about the western part of New York, that western part of New York has already gotten all that snow that they're probably going to get. They're going to get some of those snow flurries still coming in. Derby, New York, they've got at least good 3 foot of snow out there in Derby. A lot of cars are blanketed in snow. Um, like we were seeing earlier, we have Orchard Park, 66 inches of snow. Blasdale, New York, 48 inches of snow. Hamburg, New York, 37 inches of snow. Seneca, 36 inches. Boston, 30 inches of snow. So that gives you guys an idea. They're talking about the 2 to 4 foot range here. We've got Orchland Park. They're already at 6 feet. This is what we were talking about earlier. Some of these areas may get up to 8 feet of snow by tomorrow morning. So as we continue to keep an eye on this storm, the governor of New York has said this is a life-threatening storm. 2 people have already been pronounced dead from this storm. That gives you an ideal to stay hunkered in, to stay in your homes. Do not, okay, so we have flurries mixed with rain here in Jersey. They're at a 43-degree weather. Ronald is just checking in with us tonight. We're talking about the weather tonight. This is just weather Barbie for the night. I did cover that hurricane. So we're covering the storm. Hit that like button coming in. Even if you guys are peeking in and checking on family members, hit that like button as you're coming in. If you want to talk with each other in the chat, just to talk to each other and keep everybody up and bopping and motivated as we get through this storm, as we realize that 4,000 people are without power. I am safe. I am in Atlanta. I'm doing great, but I am covering the storm for our northern region, for our northerners, our people that are actually going through this. We're talking about Michigan. We are talking about New York. 9 million people under winter alert tonight. 4,000 people without power. I want to go ahead and say what my dear friend G was saying earlier, heat. I want to change my words if I can remember. Over 4,000 people without heat. Now they may have a kerosene heater. Those are dangerous. They may have other ways to heat their home. If you have a backup generator, make sure that backup generator is outside. Backup generators, no matter how cute and small they are coming in now, they are coming in these smaller sizes now where you can pick them up and tote them around. They are still dangerous. Those we buy these things and we store them in our garage. We forget about them until it's time to use them. We really don't read the instructions. We just plug them in and go, 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 go. But those generators need to be outside. They cannot be in a garage. They find a safe place outside for that generator. That generator was made to be outside. So put it outside, then continue to heat your homes the best way you can. A lot of people don't have that generator, right? Maybe someone doesn't want a kerosene heater, right? Because they may have children in the home. They may have things going on where they don't want to take that chance. Or maybe they have an elderly person in that home and they'd rather just not have a house fire. So maybe they're experiencing, maybe they think they're going to go without power for 2 hours or whatever, but they still will be without heat. Atlanta is continuing to going to be staying in the low 30s all tonight, all the way up till tomorrow early morning. Our high is 54 degrees where we're here in Atlanta, but we'll go right back into that 30-degree range. Baltimore, it's going to be raining tonight at that 32-degree mark. Very chilly, very cold. If you guys have a moment, get back out there tomorrow. Go grab your soups, grab your waters, get all the things. Drive safely if you can. Get in and out of your neighborhoods. Some people were out earlier today shoveling some of that snow out of the way, getting some of that out of the way. That's because they have the energy for it, and they have a few young men or women in their family, or maybe they went to their parents' home and kind of gotten that driveway ready for them just in case in emergency they need to kind of get out and maybe throw those salt pebbles down. But that snow is going to continue to fall. Billings, Montana tonight is at a 15-degree weather. With that, they have a huge gust of wind that is also carrying the rest of the storm through. We've got Alabama down at 44 degrees right now for this time of the year. Mammy Sweet Wine is here. Hit that like button coming in, everybody. We are talking about the weather tonight that is going on up north. We are talking about what is happening with our northerner friends, right? We are talking about them, reminding them to make sure their candles are already taken out, making sure that they have their flashlights, making sure that their pets are indoors. If you have a cat and you know your cat is outside, go out there, call them, find your cat. This is not the time to find out if they can withstand this type of weather. They won't be able to. This is a snowstorm unless you have a monster cat. I mean, I do remember when we lived up north in Michigan, we did have some cats that would go out there, but but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what type of cats those were back then. But I know right now the cats that I have, I know they're spoiled. They would be looking at me sideways right now, like, "Girl, you must be tripping if you think I'm going outside in this weather." And plus, my cats don't go out in the weather like that. I have one that likes to go out, but I don't even let him go out that much because he's a human, y'all. I promise to God, he gets attitudes and everything and looks at me crazy when he doesn't get his way. And I don't even want to talk about him. Just like the other night, I didn't even want to talk about him. He's my lion cat. He's the one that looks like a lion. He's huge. He's a monster. But he's a Siberian, guys. He's a Siberian cat. So, like, I don't know if you guys have heard of those Siberian Huskies. He's more of a Siberian Husky like cat. And I tell you what, he has a personality. He is a monster. He's everything, but he's our little love bug. We love him to death. But bobcats again. That's right. He said it was bobcats the other night. My cat stays indoors. Yeah, for some people, your cat's life expectancy will always stay up the longer you keep them indoors. Their life expectancy goes down when you allow them outside. And I know, there's going to be some people say, well, no, this is what nature has. This is where they're from. Well, they are evolved from big cats, right? Big cats can survive outdoors for periods of years and longer amount of times, but cats, now we have traffic, we have people, they can get lost, they can get attacked by other wild animals that they're not used to having all of their instincts kicked in like that. So yes, leaving your cat indoors is probably the better way to go if you really want to keep your cat longer. My little my baby Jinxie, she's gone. She was with me us for like close to 16 years. She's gone, but she would go outside like once or twice a year. And it's for some reason she always wanted to go when there was a snowstorm. I was like, girl, one time she was missing in a snowstorm and we about lost our minds, girl. But anywho, we're gonna take a quick, small little break, real quick. Please take time to watch some survival channels. Great information. Yes, if you guys watch some of those survival channels, what she is saying, if you watch some of those channels with people that have survived being trapped in snowstorms or trapped in their car, right? A lot of people get trapped in their cars from sudden snowstorms, right? And they have lots of gift information in those documentaries about how to survive in those storms if you are in your car. Some people may be with this time of day and this time era that we live in. Some people might be living in their cars. So there's different ways to survive actually by living in your car. Not, I said living, not living in your car, but if you are living in your car, it's another way to survive that cold weather. There's ways, there's all kinds of things you do. I heard some crazy thing one day. I heard that if you take a Crisco can, right? If you take a Crisco can, I'm talking about the actual Crisco grease stuff from the grocery store, and it's just nuts. But they said if you, I'm not sure. I think you have to melt it down or something, but you put a candle inside of it somehow, get a candle down in there, or figure out a way to work that. I don't know all the details. I just heard about it one time. put a candle in there. And if you're trapped in your car, they said that you can light that candle within your car, and surprisingly, it'll keep you from freezing. So I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can do out there. I know New York. Okay, I know a New York house cat that lived 20. See, some of, yeah, house cats and things like that can live a long time. I think what happened with Jinxie, she had 3 batches of kittens. Yep. And what happened was she was such a sweet cat, and all of her DNA was just right. Everything she was doing, she was producing sweet, gentle cats, and so we were allowing her to have other cats for other family members that wanted cats, that wanted her same sweet spirit. And a lot of my family members have kittens from her. Well, we're all adults now, but all of them remain sweet. They don't scratch. They don't do all these things. So it's that DNA that was in her that we decided to keep. But her carrying those 3 litters of kittens kind of slowed down her life a little bit. She gave her life. Actually, I still have some of her babies with me today. I will see Jinxie one day in heaven, but that I do not want to talk about right now because that is a soft spot. So let's keep going on with this weather. We are talking about the weather again, guys. We are talking about that snowstorm that is coming up north. It is now 7:30 Eastern time. It is 6:30 Central time. And we are actually at, I always have to double check, 4:30 Pacific time, because of the simple fact I'm still blown away that they are just now approaching dusk over there on the West Coast. So as we continue, 9 million people underneath this winter alert. 2 people have already died due to these weather conditions. Jacksonville, Florida is at a 47-degree temperature right now. The travel ban is in effect for parts of Buffalo, New York. We had someone earlier that came in from Buffalo, New York, and said right where he's at the center dab of Buffalo, it is snowing. It is there, but the suburban areas is what's getting hit hard right now. So if you are in the city of Buffalo, I would still brace. I would still be prepared, as those winds can carry that snow in all these different directions that it decides it wants to go. But those suburban areas right now of the area has been hit. So continue to keep, as we continue to stay updated. I've already been here for over an hour. Surprisingly, I know it seems like I've only been here for 30 minutes, but as you guys continue to come in and out of the room, keep an update what's going on. Hit the like button. If you guys want to subscribe, that is up to you. I did cover the hurricane. I am covering the snowstorm. It is a surprising. Some people are actually saying, people in Orchland Park, New York, is one of the areas where I was saying I think was going to be near blackout. You know, where there's so much snow falling, it's so dark you can't see but 2 feet in front of you, kind of a thing. Some people are already saying they've been trapped in their cars. I know that I'm now finding that out. Some people have been trapped in their cars on a roadway. They are trying to get out. Their wheels have gotten stuck. We talked about that earlier. We talked about people getting out into the snow and trying to go places and do something and maybe go check up on an elderly family member. And now they are getting trapped in the snow in their cars as their tires are beginning to spin and may not be prepared for this type of weather. So again, Orchard Park, New York is in a life-threatening situation. The governor has already said it is life-threatening. There's lightning coming from the skies as this storm from the lakes the Great Lakes is what's causing all of these storms to come in right now. Michigan is already covered in snow. Parts of Detroit is experiencing some flurries as they have that game going over there tonight for the Bills. The Bill Stadium, they're not having that game there tonight because it's already at a it's already filled up with snow. 4,000 people without power. DeMarco said, "Time for them thermals longs, right? Time to pull them out. Time to get all of that stuff out." And he says, "I would see I if you'd like to keep Barbie girl motivated, I want you to show appreciation." That's right. You guys can hit my Cash App. You guys can super chat me now. I've been monetized. Gee, we had my monetization party last night. If you want to watch that, you can watch the monetization party. If you already did, that's great. But guys, I also have a 24-hour thanks button. I've been approved of that too, where you can donate to me through my videos. So if you go back to some of my old videos and you're watching it and it made you laugh or something you enjoyed, You can hit the thanks button and send any type of amount through those thanks videos, so people can donate 24/7. You have my Cash App. Um, you have my little new little monetization super chats button now, so everybody can choose what they want. But we are here. Some of these people were trapped in the snow over in Orchard Park, and so with that said, we're going to take a small break, and then I'm going to come right back, guys, and we're going to continue to cover this storm. The low tonight in Omaha, Nebraska is at a 19-degree temperature. That is giving you guys an ideal of what these temperatures are like around the surrounding area that is experiencing this big snowstorm that is coming in at north. We are talking about New York. We are talking about Michigan. Mammy Sweetwine is here with a message for us. Keep New York and the rest of the states that's buried in the snow in your prayers. Okay, especially Buffalo. That's right. We were talking about Buffalo, New York area. We had someone earlier come in from Buffalo, New York, and say that right in the smack dab in the middle of Buffalo, they were experiencing some snow, but they were more worried about the suburban areas of of Buffalo, New York. So as we continue to watch, as Arabia just said, 4,000 people without power. That's right. That means 4,000 people without heat, perhaps. Now, I don't know if they have a backup generator, if they have a kerosene heater, or if they have some whatever ways they are getting heat. But if you can picture that, that's 4,000 people. They're estimating up to 10 million people to be affected by this storm as it begins to darken across the United States map. Right now, as we speak, it is starting to get dusk and dawn over there, even on the West Coast. They are getting into their evening hours. It is now 4:38 over there on the West Coast. Our central time over here, we are at 7:39 Central Time. They are 6:39. So as we Central Time, I'm sorry, is 6:38, and our Pacific Time, of course, is always three. I'm in the southern areas, so it's 5:30. Is it 5:38 over there? No, that's Mountain Time. So 5:30. I always get those mixed up. Okay, so Mountain Time it's 5:38. Then Pacific is 4:38. I think that's where I always get that mixed up. So um so right now we are talking about the state of emergency right now for 11 New York counties as that snow continues to come in. They do have a pileup situation in certain cities. I don't want any of you to start getting nervous or worried about family. Don't let your anxiety hit you. But there is some cars that are involved in a pileup situation right now where they are trapped in the snow. On this channel, I won't particularly say those areas because I don't want anyone to panic or be upset or anything. But if you are in some of these areas right now, they do have some people that did attempt to get out on the road. And there is a slight pileup, and people are trapped in the snow right now over near Orchland. So those of you that may know those family members, that is the area that is getting hit the hardest. They're saying over 9 million people under winter alert as tires continue to spin out, as people are being slammed into embankments. Those are the people that are trying to get out, maybe go check on somebody, or maybe coming home from work that did not expect that snow to accumulate that fast. But they have already experienced 2 deaths so far because of this storm. The governor of New York has already claimed a state of an emergency for 11 counties. They say the storm will continue to cripple these states over the weekend. They are considering this storm life threatening. So, with that said, as we talked about earlier, we talked about getting indoors and staying indoors, right? Trying to get out in this storm to go check on a friend, or trying to get out in this storm to go run to a store real quick that you think may be open, can result in a pileup, can result in an accident. It result in you spinning off of the road. So the right now they're pushing cars out. People are stuck in embankments. People are being pushed out of certain situations, and so those things are happening. So this is not something where, now, unless you have a big super monster truck with freaking chains and belts and crap on your tires, then I mean, then have at it. I mean, if you got a big monster truck and you know what you're doing, hey, I'm not going to tell anybody what they can and can't do. They do have the state of emergency out. They did say they had the National Guard on standby. That lets you know they are expecting terrible things as the night continues to go in. They've already got some near the Brompton area. They already have cars that are slammed into signs where people have actually gone off the road. They have trucks out there trying to get some of those trucks, that embankment. This snow is going to be crippling because it's going to keep accumulating, right? They are at a 22-degree temperature over there at Orchard Park. So these big snow mounds will have an ice topping over the top of them, kind of like you can punch through it or break through that snow. That's how hard that snow is going to accumulate overnight. But once you step through the top of that snow, your weight's going to pressure right through that and go on down to the rest of the snow. This is not snow angel making type of snow. If you get on top of this type of snow to make a snow angel, you will fall in. So there is no reason to take the kids out and get them out there. Some of these kids do get lost in the snow. I know it's surprising, but sometimes when it starts getting dark and kids want to go out real quick and have a little snowball fight or something, they don't realize how that you can get lost in the snow, right? Because their little bodies, they start walking on the snow and then they sink in, and it can get sad. So be careful with that. Bring your pets in. Um, I got the snow on video. Deron said, I got it on video. He's got it on video, y'all. So as we continue to approach the night, that travel ban is in effect for parts of Buffalo, New York. So Buffalo, New York, prayers to them. Nearly 4,000 people without, like G said, without heat. We have remember our homeless. There are homeless people that are out there. We talked about that earlier. We talked about looking around in your home as you begin to pull out all those winter clothes and all those winter things from last year. Look at some of those things that you know you will not wear again. Look at some of those things that you know you may not be able to fit anymore, right? All of us have maybe picked on a little weight or two from the COVID thing. Maybe some of you gained weight in a good way and you like that new weight on you, but you realize you can't get into those old clothes. Give those items away. Some of these families and some of these children need those warm coats. They need those jeans that you're not wearing anymore. They need all of these items. Donate to your local Salvation Army or to your local homeless shelters. We had someone in here earlier that says they give out hats and gloves and things like that during the winter. The number one thing I think is needed for homeless, I thought I heard the saying before, was that I thought people were saying before was the number one thing that was needed for homeless is socks. I hear that as the number one thing. So if you guys have lots of socks, like I do, if you have lots of socks just piled into drawers and you're just looking at, you wear them, but then there's some that you just don't wear anymore. Donate those socks. A lot of homeless people need socks, and homeless people like to layer those socks. It's another way for them to stay warm. I think a lot of people have up north have, when I used to live up north when I was a child, we used to wear 2 or 3 socks, and put our boots on and then go out. So things like that. So donate to your areas. People need those items, especially if you're up north. Do that. Even down south, it gets cold down here. Like tonight, we're in the low 30 degrees tonight, which is surprisingly Bismarck. It is snowing over there right now in Bismarck. So Boise, Idaho, they're looking at 31 degree temperature, just like we are here in Atlanta. So it's rough. It's rough throughout the Midwest right now. It's rough on the East Coast right now. It's rough in these areas. But as I saw earlier, on the West Coast, they are having a little bit of cold coming through for them also, as they're experiencing a little bit of this weather. It is still warm there, but yet tonight it'll kind of get a little chilly as they carry on into their night, as they go on. And somebody said socks and gloves. Okay, socks, gloves. Oh, earmuffs. Oh, that's so cute. I would like to get a cute little pair of earmuffs. You know what I want? I want some I want the dyed earmuffs, the rabbit fur. Not the rabbit fur, the mink fur. I want some mink fur little earmuffs. I think those would be so cute. But you guys want to hear something crazy? I'm allergic to fox. Yes, I hate that because I see so many cute fox things, but I'm allergic to fox, believe it or not. I am allergic to anything that has to do with a fox. I don't know why. And I'm not allergic to too many things. I'm not allergic to too many things at all. Sometimes I might get a little bit allergic drinking from certain drink machines, if I go out to certain restaurants or something like that, or a certain type of tea blend or something. But I'm allergic to fox. And I'm like, I can't believe that because it looks like fur. I mean, it looks like fur. It is fur, but I have to wear mink because I can't wear fox. But I do know I'm a little bit allergic to some rabbit. I found out because I do have some rabbit hats that I do wear when it gets cold, and I found out I am allergic to them slightly, not a lot. But anyway, it's just a little weird thing that poor people wear spurly. What does that mean? Spur? I don't know what that is. I'm not sure. He said, really? I don't know what happened in the chat. I don't know if you guys are talking with each other, but yeah. Um, as we continue to watch this storm, I know that Damn D might be going live tonight. I think he is. I haven't seen any updates yet of him going live. I know that he is. I just don't know what time. Oh, squirrels. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and now I probably definitely wouldn't be able to wear anything like that. If I'm already allergic to foxes and crap, I definitely won't be able to wear anything like a squirrel. Um, Let me see. Let me see if Damn D. Let me look and see if anything from Damn D is happening. Did anybody have? Let me see Damn D's wall. I know he's supposed to be going live tonight, little brat. Freaking brat. Yes, he's a freaking brat. Little D is a brat. Actually, little D is not so little. We find out D is tall. Just like, wow, a tall guy. So let me see. No, it keeps wanting me to go to my channel. Freaking jerks. Let me see. D, let's see. D does not have anything scheduled yet. He's supposed to go live, little brat. Okay, so D is guys at the he is at the I don't want to say D is mountain time, but he is 1 hour behind Atlanta time. But so right now it's 6:48 for D. And Oh, he's going live in 40 minutes. Okay, okay. I'm glad one of you guys found that. So we'll definitely keep going for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna go over there to his live and help him out. And if things get bad with this storm, I might come back on tonight and continue to talk about the storm. We can talk about something else. We will see. But usually, okay, so D is going at 8:30. Okay. All right. So yes, yes, yes. D is going live at 8:30. That's going to be fun tonight. I think he said at 5:30. True Essence is here. You guys hit that like button coming in. She said, wait a minute. True Essence, he said at 5:30, but True Essence, they're saying he's going live in 40 minutes. But I know True Essence is over there on California time too. So I guess she's saying 5:30 her time, right? I guess that's what she's saying. 5:30 her time. But for us, I guess because I'm over here in Atlanta. So over here it's already 7:50 over there. So but D is 1 hour behind me, right? So if it's 7:50 for me, it's 6:50 for D, right? And so then that would make it what is it, 4:50 for True Essence? Am I right? So that would make, damn, it's 8. I know, Duran. Don't you just hate them? These jerks. These jerks are over there with 3 hours behind us. I know it's already 8 o'clock over here for us. We're in the dark, and all these other people. That snow is getting waist high now, guys. But as we're talking, so D is about to go live in about 30-40 minutes. Yes, my time. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so 5:30 her time, but that's 40 minutes from now, our time. Well, everybody's sorry. Let's not give out any times then. So D's not going live at 5:30. He's not going live at 7:30. He's not going live at 8:30. He's going live in 40 minutes. Let's just stick with that. He's going live in 40 minutes. That's right. Freaking jerks. The sun is still shining over there, Mr. Goodbar. Wow, isn't that something? Isn't that cool? But you know what? It also is cool too to watch, even though I would never move back to Michigan ever again, I would never live in Michigan because I know what you go through up there with these storms and everything else. I know what the weather's like. I also, like living where I'm living because we get snow for at least 1 or 2 days. Sometimes it just depends. Some years we'll go without no snow here in Atlanta. Where I live in the suburbs of Atlanta. So sometimes we'll go a year without snow, maybe 2 years, and then we'll sometimes get 2 days of snow, right? And that's always so fun. But then there's what we mainly get in January around this time are ice storms. Right around January, where I'm at, we'll get these ice storms that will come in for a day or two and maybe knock your power out for 12 hours, that kind of a thing. And if you do lose power. So we do get those ice storms where I'm at. I'm in a good, nice area where I don't have to experience a lot of these heavy storms or anything. I also have that warm weather and I have a little bit of cold weather, but I'm not walking around in mountains of snow and all that crap. Yeah, damn D. Yeah. She said, damn D. Okay. Yeah, he's live in 40 minutes. So we were just having some fun and doing that before we go over to his live. Detroit, we put ice down first, less shoveling. What do you mean? Is that salt? We put ice down. Well, see, I lived in Michigan when I was a lot younger. A lot of my memory has slipped from me but I definitely remember a lot of the cold stuff, right? But I don't really remember. I know that they used to put salt down a lot and things like that. Um, the Southerners can't. Right, right. Just saying. Salt. You meant to say salt, but you said ice. Maybe that salt is called ice. Maybe it's a brand name. But hey, whatever. But yes, I do remember my mom and dad. They used to go out there and throw the salt and stuff down before the snow, and then they would shovel the way to the driveway and do some pre-shoveling. And they would sometimes have us out there. But we as kids, we would get cold so fast, y'all. The kids get cold so fast. You let them come in, you know. But over here in Atlanta, if we get snow, it's for a day or two, and the kids can go outside and throw snowballs real quick. And the next morning they wake up, that snow is already gone. Can you believe that? So yes, that's how it is over here, where I'm at in the sweet spot part in Atlanta, in that suburban area where it's warm. They are having some car accidents right now. They do have some people that are stuck in embankments as they're trying to get people out. But we did cover this storm tonight. I know that Damn D is about to go live, and that's also sand in Colorado. Oh, okay, that's salt. Right. See, up in when I lived up in Michigan, I know the cars would get rusty really fast because that salt would just eat at that car all year long from just having that salt on it from the snowstorms. And they put the salt down the highways and roads and things like that. So yeah, now down here where I'm at, we don't have that problem. Everything we don't. I don't think I've seen rust on a in, in, a, in a long time. I don't even know what it looks like anymore. But up north, it is very common for your car to get to for that salt to start eating away at that paint for sure. But y'all be patient, be safe. I'm definitely safe. I'm in the north, so pray for the people that don't have power in New York. Yep, they're already saying 4,000 people. I'm sure the storm is going to continue to get worse, but we're going to go over to Damn D's live here in just a little bit and go hang out with him and have some fun with him. I think he's doing shots tonight or something and having fun. I'm not sure if he changed it. You know how D is. He's been doing Friday night shots, but I don't know if he's decided to do something different. I do know it's Regina week. So we were talking about Regina all this week because she's been coming just hammering at him on her community wall. So he thought he'd bring her name back to the forefront and expound on that with us, and we can all laugh and cut up as we know that she continues to want this beating from everybody. It's snowing here in Brooklyn. Okay, so Brooklyn lady Ellie, she says she's all the way in Brooklyn and it's snowing over there. So some of these areas are getting snow. Some of these areas are not exactly experiencing that storm. Hey, Barbie Girl Tina, hit that like button coming in. Bakerman, you missed it. We covered the snow storm. We had a little bit of a snowed in light snowstorm party as we talked about that the snowstorm going on up north. We're getting ready to go over to Damn D's live here in just a moment. Okay, Ellie. She said, Ellie, I'm going to go check out my window here in New Jersey. Okay, so she's in New Jersey. A lot of people are still experiencing that cold weather, right? Even if you're not getting hit exactly with that big snowstorm, you are getting some of those snow flurries. You are getting some of that cold weather. I heard a lot of these states are windy right now. They're getting that cold, zipping wind. So everybody bundle up, stay warm, stay put, stay where you are. Do not try to go rescue anybody or get anybody out of anything because they might be rescuing your tail next. So Steven said he's still going out. Steven might be in an area where he can still go out and do some things. I'm not sure where Steven lives. I don't know. Thank you, Barbie Girl, for talking about all this. And all we can do is laugh and enjoy the rest of the night. Right, exactly. We're going to go over to Damn D's chat and have some fun with him and turn up with him and do what we do as we support each other. And if things get crazy, so far, I mean, if things get crazy, I can come back tonight with it, or we can, or something else happens, we can just come back and go live tonight about something else, or we can just finish off with D tonight and let him have his fun and support him and do the thing. Now, last time they had me drinking with D. Last time they had me drinking with D. Oh man, that was crazy. And then I got on here and was acting a fool. But anywho, anywho, you guys hit that like button. And I'm glad that everybody stopped by. If you missed it and you wanted to hear what was going on with the weather, you can always rewind and watch this live again. You guys are in the Matrix tonight. We are all heading over to D. What is this oh Lord for? What's the oh Lord for? What's the oh Lord with the little hand over the face thing? What happened? What's this little old Lord thing Mr. Goodbar's doing? Tina, she made another post, and it's time she let her doctor see DV. Oh, exactly. I need to go look at it. I heard that too. I'm not subscribed to her, y'all. But when y'all tell me to go look at her wall, I will. When I was doing the backup videos for D the other day, when I was scrolling through to get day 14 and 12 for him, I thought I did see a new one. So I'm sure she posted a couple of more new ones. I'm gonna go read that tonight before D gets started. And um it says turn you Barbie Girl Tina, I'm with you. Turn you? What's a turn you? I don't know what that means. Don't drink while doing weather updates. I'm not going to be drinking while doing weather updates. I said if we go back live, I'll go live about something else unless the storm gets bad. Exactly. But what's this thing? Somebody put Pill Bill. Look at what Tina Marie typed, y'all. Pill Bill. What the heck? Are y'all going crazy tonight? When my brother moved to North Atlanta 10 years ago, people were hiring him to drive. Oh my God. Right, right. But see, I already knew how to drive through that crap, y'all. I'm like a pro down here. None of that stuff bothers me. I'm good. You said you're drunk, Deron? Well, Deron, go over to damn D's live that's about to start. He's gonna be over there getting drunk too. And y'all can be drunk together. Look at that. Look at Tina Marie said, no, no, no. I mean Pink Bill, not Pink Bill. So yes, yes, yes. We do have some new commands. I do have a new command you guys can play with before y'all leave real quick, just so y'all can see how cute it is. I did make this one. It was inspired by Mr. Goodbar. So look at that new one right there. Look, Mr. Goodbar did this one earlier in our pre-show. So I made this one. So he put the exclamation point with the little freezing man. So I made that one. We're freezing up north. And then I made this one for Mr. Blackfire. Mr. Black. Look at I put for Black. Y'all. Look at Black. Uh-huh. Look at Black. Look at his little face. And look what it says. What is Nightbot telling on me? What did Nightbot say? Nightbot, what are you seeing about me? Let's see if it's here. Let's see if it pops up. Or maybe I didn't finish it all. If it is there, let me see. Let's see. There it is. It says Barbie told me she loves her some Black Fire. Nightbot, stop telling on me, Nightbot. Look at Nightbot telling on me, y'all. Oh my goodness gracious. And look at Black's little face. Look at the little face. Look at this little face, y'all. Look at the little face he made right here. Look. Look at the little face. Making this little face. Lady Love, we're almost done with this live. We covered the weather. I found out D is going live. So we're about to turn this live off. But if you want to hear what we went through about that weather storm that is going on up north, you can listen to that. D is going live, I think, in like 20 some minutes. So if you want to catch up on what we just did over here, or look at my celebration party live while you guys are waiting for D, you can look at my celebration live that we had yesterday. We celebrated me being monetized. Yes, I'm able to receive super chats and all that as we talked about this weather tonight. So we did get 2 new buttons. I did do the spicy button also that Mr. Goodbar thought of. I did a spicy one because he's also spicy in the chat. So wait a second. Steven said something. My Yukon Denali, I call her Snow Bunny. I call her Snow Bunny. Go through everything in right. Exactly. Exactly. Awesome. Well, hey, that's what you got. That's what you got. There you go. So we have the new freezing button, guys. So let's see. We've got the new freezing button. Let me type that in again. We've got that new freezing. We got the Barbie weather one too. We've got the weather Barbie one. I was thinking about just putting as weather, but I didn't want people to. I might just change it shorter to weather so you guys can type it in faster. But I didn't want people to think it's one of those night bots that'll actually give you the temperature weather. I didn't want any of that. But who sneak dissed you? You sneak dissed me on my spicy, huh? What do you mean? How did let me find that comment. Hold up. Sneak dissed me. I'm spicy, huh? No, I didn't sneak diss you. I said you typed it in before and I thought it was kind of cool. Might as well use it. You're not being, look at him trying to find anything to fight about, y'all. Look at him. He's trying to find anything to fight about. Look at Black with the double faces. Now he's got his little eye winky. Look at him. Isn't he so adorable? He's just so cute. Look at him. Look. Nightbot, stop telling on me. Look at Nightbot. Stop it, Nightbot. Stop giving away all my secrets. Look at him. And now Mr. Goodbar said he's been sneak dissed. look at the little faces. Look at this little face here. Look at the little faces. I'm surprised Stephen Smith hasn't been putting little faces in here all night too, because he was acting crazy too on that other channel. I'm listening to y'all talk you all over the place. Hey, it is what it is. We're in the Matrix, buddy boo. So that's how it is in the Matrix. Oh my God, I cannot believe we're going to be in the 30-degree range tonight in Atlanta. I cannot believe that. That's going to be so crazy, especially for this time of year. I'm just surprised. We're normally at least still in the 50s over here, even with Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving, it's so warm over here. You can actually go kick a football and have fun in the front yard. Oh, there's accidents everywhere, guys, right now. They are having accidents everywhere. It is crazy. So stay indoors. Do not think that you can get out and go help somebody with this kind of stuff. Because if it's not the snow falling, there's ice falling. If it's not the ice falling, it is a lot of rain out there. And that rain gets cold really, really fast. So spicy, yeah. So type in the spicy thing, Stephen Smith. Type in extra matrix with a gun. Mr. Goodbar, look at him, y'all. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Exclamation matrix and then a gun shooting. Uh-uh. He wants one with a gun so bad in here. Look, vortex. Look at him. He wants a vortex button so bad. He's been typing vortex in here for the past 3 or 4 days. Vortex this, vortex that. Let me. So with that said, guys, we're going to go over to damn D's chat and go cut up and have fun with him. You guys did not. Well, can't say we were in the Matrix tonight because we're in reality tonight as that storm is going across north part of this area in the United States that we live in. So actually that was real life. But you did take the pink pill when you guys entered. And with that said, we are out.